Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to Behind the Beat. My name is Chris Langen. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about independence and some ways that we could work on our right hand. All right, now this lesson exercise I like to call flowing through the subdivisions. Okay, basically what we're going to do is we're going to take a pattern between our bass drum and our snare drum. So for instance, we'll start off simple. Kick on 1 and 3, snare on 2 and 4. Okay. And what we want to do now is take our right hand on the hi-hat and flow through the subdivisions. We want to go through quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, and eighth note triplets. All right. And the whole idea is to be able to go through all of these subdivisions without interfering or messing up what we're doing with our kick and snare. Okay. So let's first just go through the subdivisions one at a time. We'll start off with quarter notes. Okay. It's going to sound like this. Okay. Our next subdivision is going to be eighth notes on the hi-hat, and it's going to sound like this. All right. Our next subdivision, 16th notes. It's going to sound like this. Finally, eighth note triplets. It's going to sound like this. Okay. So now what we want to do is mix these together. All right. So half the bar, maybe we'll play quarter notes. For beats 3 and 4, the second half of the bar, we're going to try and switch it up to maybe, 16th notes or 8th notes. We want to flow between these subdivisions without having any hiccups, okay? It's a really good exercise to do to gain independence, especially with your right hand, all right? So what I'm going to do now is just going to flow between quarter notes and 8th notes, okay? Here's what it's going to sound like. Okay, now let's try 8th notes and 16th notes. All right, now let's try 16th and 8th note triplets. Okay, now I'm just going to do kind of a free-for-all. I'm just going to mix them all up. There's no set order. I'm just going to flow between all of the subdivisions. Here we go. Okay, now you may be thinking to yourself, oh, well, that's pretty easy. Well, that is because the pattern that we're playing between our bass drum and snare drum is very, very basic. So what you want to do now is try to switch that up and still stay consistent on your hi-hat. So let's try maybe eighth notes on our bass drum. Beats 1, also and. and 3 also and. So 1 and 3 and. Then try flowing through your subdivisions. It's going to be a little bit trickier. Okay. As you can see, the eighth note triplets against your eighth note bass drum patterns is a tricky one to do, because you're fitting that second bass drum on the and in between the notes within your eighth note triplets. So what you want to do now is just basically experiment with different patterns between your bass and snare and play or flow through all your subdivisions over top of it. All right. Please subscribe, guys, for more covers, lessons, tutorials, gear reviews, song breakdowns. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. Until next time, see you guys in the next lesson.